Hello, everyone. Hey, what's going on? It's Ryan, Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. I didn't have to go too far today to find greatness. Take a look at the bottom of the screen. You see who's Loft rat. Maybe you've never heard of them. You've never heard of the father and son team, but I'm going to introduce you to the son. The father right now, he's at swimming. He's swimming right now. Mark is swimming.
In his dreams.
In his dreams, that's right. That is right, guys. Remember, these shows work best. They work the absolute best of the best. If you like, share, and subscribe, and if you guys ask questions, that works best. We are with Marc and Geert Poland of Belgium. These guys specialize in long distance and extreme long distance. You guys asked for the distance. We went and got you the distance. I hope you're happy. Again, guys, that is the man. Take a look at him. This is what a long distance pigeon man looks like. You see, he probably looks a lot like you if you like the distance. But Geert, I want to make sure that the internet is working. I hope it is. We're getting questions. We see we're on. Yeah, it says it's connected. We'll wait to see if people have anything to say. But I want to thank you for inviting me.
Always welcome.
Always, yeah. I see you. You're always at all the shows. You guys have been. I see you. You have your booth. You sell the pigeons. But how long have you guys been racing here?
Oh, that's how you say it. Many generations. My grandfather started here, but he was a farmer and did that as he had pigeons like everyone in Belgium 70, 60 years ago, and he played sprint races. And I personally think my father, he is born in Pigeon Loft because as only son, the only thing he ever wanted to be was being involved in pigeons. And so as young guy, he helped in the club. He did everything to develop his quality in pigeons. So within the years, the sprint racing in Belgium came in this area, in our area, the coast side of Belgium. It loses, I would say, the number of pigeons that use the interest. So we kept going on the middle distance, and nowadays we try to perform on the long distance and the extreme long distance.
And how many years have you guys been flying the long distance, would you say?
Oh, let's say that's a formula from about 20 years, where we tested when we had the middle distance pigeons. Some of them didn't perform as well as expected. So what we gave them again a chance on the longer distance, and it worked out. So with the same old family of middle distance, we became more and more a distance family, and it grows naturally.
Well, hey, so it all worked out then.
Yeah.
Just the same. You took the sprint pigeons and you evolved them. And what was the base of your pigeons?
The very base of pigeons is a 77 bird, the Voorhout, with all strains from Florizone, from Van Hee, and it became the main fodder of our loft. In the 80s, we played with his children. In the 90s, with his grandchildren. So I think on almost every pigeon who's nowadays on our loft, if we go further in generation, we meet this pigeon. But we had the luck to have, we could work in generations. End of the 80s, we have some super pigeon like the Montauban, the Perpignan, who was first international of Perpignan. The generation next was were pigeons like Mortifer, Dortmunder, Nij, two Olympic pigeons, and we were very lucky that every time we crossed these lines, we could breed a new generation of winners, of new fundament of our loft.
So basically, the birds just keep producing and producing and producing, and a lot of top super fanciers have won with your pigeons. I know we talked today that the Golden 10 there, the auction, Gerard Koopman, he had birds from you.
Yeah.
He's done very well in the $1 million race. He's third in the $1 million race with pigeons from you. Pattaya, he's 8th with pigeons from you.
Yeah. That proves you can be a winner at your loft, but if your own pigeons can perform on other lofts, that gives extra recognize of the quality of the pigeons.
Yeah, well, you definitely have the quality of the pigeons. You can handle it. You feel there's a family of pigeons. Even the pigeons that look bigger, it's amazing how when you put them into your hands, they're proper size big. They're all put together correctly, which you see a lot of big pigeons that are big. These are not like that. And the feather quality. And I noticed something in your pigeons. Looking at photos, a lot of photos, and looking at the pigeons in your breeding loft, eye sign, wow. It's like the trophies behind you. The eyes are just brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, I look, and they have a little brochure, and there's, every photo here, every one, the eye sign is a 10 plus. Now, do you guys believe in the eye sign? Do you read the eyes? What do you think?
We don't believe in the theory. That's a fact. We believe in the basket theory, racing.
That's it.
And we couple up winners to winners. But on ice, we don't like to couple up same ice together. We look if we have, let's say, a yellow-eyed cock, we prefer to do a white-eye hen.
Right.
Is this based on a theory? No, it's just one of those ideas we have, and turned out to be, growing quality of eye of pigeon.
Right, and you when you pair the breeders up, you put, let's say, a larger cock to a smaller hen.
Yeah.
Will you even go as far as saying a blue to a checker?
No.
Color doesn't matter.
Color doesn't matter. We try to breed, let's say, an average-sized pigeon, and when putting two big ones together, you only have big ones as result. Can be good pigeons, but we like to breed into an average-sized pigeon.
And that's something I did handle. Like I said, I think even your big pigeons, they're not big. They look bigger than what they are. And I handled pigeons here today. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to come and handle some pigeons. This father and son team, well, you guys are what, 3 generations now? 3 generations of pigeon flyers here. The pigeons are 10 plus. I mean, the quality is second to none. What can I say? Now, you guys racing the long distance. It's very hard. Someone says, Hammer says, it's very hard to race against the Polands. I guess you guys are, in your area and overall, you're very good. You got very good results. What are some of the big results that you've had in the last few seasons?
You can have winners, top winners, but what we like is to breed, to race ace pigeons or general champion pigeons, because then you're not on one result or on one you don't depend on one result or on one pigeon. Let's say, for example, this year, 2020, we are first national champion KBDB with yearlings.
With the 5 birds, correct?
Yeah.
I'm going to post the photo of these. So Geert's going to talk about these pigeons you're going to see here now on the screen. So let me post them up. And again, this show works best when you guys ask questions. I don't care if you're sleeping. I don't give a shit if you're sleeping. Wake up. This is the time to ask. So tell me about the pigeons in this photo.
Yeah. So the national championship is of 3 races of long distance between 600 and 800 kilometers. 3 results with your first and second indicated. So that means that in our case 5 pigeons mentioned to be winning that national championship.
5. So and those 5 pigeons. Oh my God! I got the cock in my hand. Oh my. Before we get to that, guys, I'm going to get to your questions. But you see on the top left of the screen, there is I guess you would call them a mealy? Mealy, a chocolate mealy, a red. Hell, if you don't like this color, you could call them a blue. It don't really matter. I'm going to bring the camera back over here to me. And I'm going to let Geert talk about this pigeon. And then we're going to show, there's something funny, how we talk about lines of pigeons. And you see productivity and the quality. This is why we're here. So, Geert, this pigeon is on your advertisement for this year.
Yep.
And I'm going to show this cock. And you explain to the people who this cock is.
Yeah. This cock is a yearling bird with ring number 100 from 21. He like all our yearlings and old birds, he's just trained up as youngster, did some 300, 400 races, but as yearling he escalated to be one of our top pigeons with winning 2 records counting for the national championship.
And again, super in the hands. The back on the pigeon is a 10 plus. The vents are strong. The muscles are tremendous. And this cockbird here, you're going to race him this season out to how far? 800 kilometers?
Not to 800. We keep him on the 600, 700 races because he proved that he's best on that result. Maybe we'll see within a few years if he lose some speed or to race him further. But I don't think he will.
Will he go to Narbonne? Will this bird go to Narbonne?
Maybe we don't know. Like we do with you cannot make the program for a few years further. You have to see it each season and how the pigeon develops during the season.
I'm going to tell you, super. Now, remember, guys, I'm going to show you the photo here again. Get rid of my face for a second. You see the mealy cock. He's in the top left corner. This is the pigeon you've seen. He's a super pigeon. Now, at the same time, because this is the type of guy I am, and I want to show you quality, we're going to show you another cock. And this cock here, let me bring the camera back. And I will let Geert talk about this, not the cock, but you're going to see the advert. And it is a very special advertisement. There, you see 4 pigeons here. And where my finger is, there is a pigeon named?
Joe.
Yeah. This is him. Now, in this year of 2015?
15, yeah.
Explain this year. This is a year that might never be redone again.
It was an incredible year. In that same year, we win 4 times first national. I think that's something never happened before in the history of Belgian pigeon sport. That one fancier win 4 nationals in 1 year. One of them was Joe. Joe was 5 years old when he won first national Libourne with all birds, but had already before a super race achievement. After winning a first national, he finished his racing career. He came into the stockbird loft and he bred some super youngsters. Example, the one you see before, the male cock, is a direct son of him.
So exactly what I just said, and They feel exactly the same. They have the same look. You see in 2015, here's Joe. Now, you see, this year just passed, his son is in the magazine, producing. And this is what you talked about earlier, that the birds keep on reproducing themselves. What a super pigeon.
Yeah. You breed quality out of quality, but there is no guarantee. But sooner or later, if you have quality pigeons, they bring back quality.
Well, what an awesome cock this is. And again, history will repeat itself. And when you come here and you see the quality of the pigeons and how they continue to reproduce themselves. That's why you have people like Gerard Koopman coming here, getting some pigeons, putting them into his program, and they work. And we know Koopman has great pigeons. But isn't it nice? He comes here, and and your pigeons are working with his pigeons. And how many other people have your pigeons that are winning? You know what I'm saying?
It gives a recommendation. It gives a good feeling if other people, other fanciers succeed with bloodlines of us.
Well, hey, you know, these pigeons are phenomenal, and I tell you,
that's the grandfather of him.
And look, here's the grandfather.
Dortmunder.
Isn't that something? It never ends. Troy says hello, Troy. Now, people, it was funny how I come and we do the videos, and you said something that was super true. We talk about secret things, right? We say, what's the magic potion, or what's the magic this, or what's the magic that? And you said it, I don't know how you worded it, but you said, what's the best way to how did you say it? Here? It was good.
The best way, how we say it, if you say the truth, they don't believe it.
Right. You can put the truth right in front of them, and the people will not believe it. Now, this is a product, and I wanted to show this, and a fun story. Let me show the product. So what's the name of this product?
Kokabam.
Kokabam.
Kokabam, it's a kind of kefir from herbs from the Caucasus.
Okay. And what is it for?
General health. It doesn't prevent anything. It's we believe it's good for the stomach, and it keeps the pigeons healthy. I always compare it with giving vitamin C to children. If there is a huge disease, they will be ill. But if there is a little something wrong, they can grow above it. And we believe it strengthens the pigeons to perform at their pure quality.
And this product here, how do you administer it to the pigeons?
It's done in the water, 10 milliliter by 1 liter water, and we change it every day.
Change it every day. Yeah. And this is interesting. You've been using this product for how long?
Oh, I think more than 20 years.
20 years.
More.
And it was funny when guys, this is when you're in real pigeon racing world here. This product, the gentleman came to you. Explain the story.
Yeah, the guy who invented it or made it, he wanted to make it commercial, but he wanted someone to test it. So he asked us for, will you use the product, and then after 1 year you say your opinion about the product. First of all, we did examine the product because there is a drugs checkup on pigeons when you win a first national, and they come to but everything was clear. It was pure nature.
Yeah, so you had to get the product tested because you didn't know if this guy that was giving you this has drugs.
What's inside?
Yeah, because they test. And in 2015, when you win the 4 nationals, and I want to post this up here, the 4 nationals, and you see right here, these pigeons all have to be drug tested.
Yeah, of course.
Everything has to come back positive.
From every every pigeon we have the papers that's 100% clear. Even we had some not for one winning pigeon, but a general check. So every time we were 100% clear.
Now, we have a couple questions. First question is the coca bomb. Where do you buy it?
In Belgium, you find it in all the stores who sell pigeon food, who sell
Something like this, how many euros?
100.
100 euros? Yeah. How long will this last you?
Well, of course, it depends on how many pigeons you have in
treat?
your loft. It's 10 milliliter for 1 liter. So I think with one of 5 liter, we do almost 1 month.
1 month, yeah. And you use it every day.
We use it every day. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know talking with you, you're not a big medicator. You don't medicate pigeons.
No. We do checkup of all our pigeons, breeders, racers, just before breeding season and before sports season for racing season. And what the veterinary say we have to give or we have to treat, we do. We don't treat out of the blue.
Question from Herman. I can't pronounce the last name, so we're just going to call you Herman. Herman asks, how do they feed, light or heavy? How do you feed the pigeons, and I'm going to say in race season, in a week?
We don't feed individual. We feed in a
hopper.
Yeah, and we feed, we use verzele laga. Verzele laga, the traditional line. And in the traditional line you have the mouth mixture, sport mixture and breeding mixture. So it's very simple. You adjust your food to the time of the year.
And there's no, you don't use extra hemp seed or peanuts?
No, what's on the loft is the grit and the minerals, but nothing.
Nothing else.
No.
Not, and do you feed a light mix at the start or no?
No.
Same mix.
Always the same mix, and they have full food, because we believe that in different stages of a pigeon he needs other food of other seeds. So if they have full juice, the pigeon choose what he needs at the moment.
And you guys have been flying the same system
since start, because it's a pigeon is an animal from nature, so he needs structure. And
he needs the structure, and I get that. And while I have the people on, I'm just gonna. It was pouring rain here, and don't worry, you can still talk. They can hear you from here, but I'm gonna give you just a quick little rundown. The young bird loft there, and then it goes to some breeding here, but that's the widowhood loft right there. Very nice setup. It's a beautiful spot for flying pigeons, nice and open. And I'll tell you, I went into the Poland's house. Trophies everywhere. This is another room. Guys, we just trophies. What is your thoughts on one loft racing? I know you're starting to participate in them.
Yeah. I personally think one loft racing is the future for the pigeon sport on long term. But my father, he's a little bit old-fashioned, and does not like the one loft racing. He liked to race himself. But within a few years, one loft racing will become more and more important, and maybe also need pigeons who can perform on the pure national racing as on one loft racing.
Right, and I know I wanted to ask you, in your family's career, what has been your greatest achievements? What are your 2 best achievements?
Oh, that's difficult to say, because always the first time winning something is the most important or the most memorable thing. The first time you win a national, the first time you win an international, the first time you have an Olympic pigeon, the first time you win a one loft race. That's our things you never forget.
Yeah, and again, getting back to this, guys, if you want to look at an accomplishment, You win 4 nationals in 1 year.
Yeah,
That's almost that's a lifetime dream.
Yep.
And again, a question: How many years has your family been flying? How many years do you think combined? How many years have you guys flown pigeons, raced?
I think my father started on his own late 60s.
Yeah.
But then before he
Your grandfather
he had,
raced.
my grandfather raced. So I think here already maybe up to 80, 90 years of pigeon racing.
80, 90 years of flying. You can see it in the pigeons, and I can see it in your dad. I'll tell you, he's a hell of a nice guy. You can just see he loves the pigeons. He's right there with it. He's out there in the loft with us handling the pigeons. He's giving you shit, I can tell. But for moving forward, coming into 2023, 2024, what are the Poland's goals? What are you guys looking to do? What's something that you want to do that you haven't done?
Difficult question. If we can maintain the results and the quality of the last few years, we would be very happy.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to change.
It's so difficult. In pigeon sport, you cannot looking forward from I want to win this, I want to win that. That's impossible. You have to have a good base, and then from that base start winning.
Yeah, and I heard you say before when we were in the loft, you were in the loft, and you said if you start racing on a system and you stick to the system, because pigeons like a system,
Yep.
and the birds aren't winning, you don't change.
No, never change the system. If it works before, so if it at the moment it doesn't work, don't worry. Keep on doing the same. And as the quality is on the loft, it comes back in the results. Because if you change the system, the pigeon is not more and is not normal way of acting, and that will reduce the chances of winning on a later base.
So basically, you're saying stick to a system and stay to it.
Yeah.
Don't keep changing.
Yeah.
You know.
You can listen to good advice of other fanciers and maybe change little things, but don't chase big systems.
Yeah. And when you go to here's a question: when you go out to purchase pigeons, because I know you got to keep bringing in pigeons. What do you look for?
Yeah. It's strange to say, but we think we have a good number of quality cocks. What we look if we bring in pigeons is for mostly hens, and then we start thinking for which cock we want a hen, and then depending on his body size, we choose a hen who we think fits best with that cock.
Right, so you're only really interested ever in bringing hens in. You have enough cock power here because you fly with cocks.
Voilà. Yeah, we fly with cocks, so we have result cocks from good family lines. So we want to breed out of them.
Right.
But other lofts can have good quality hens, looking for cocks or bringing in new bloodlines. But for us, at this moment, bringing in hens is the most best thing for us to build up the high level.
To keep adding. You just keep adding the hens in. Yeah. When you bring in a hen, how long will you give her before you know if it's working or not?
Oh, quite a while. It don't have to be. Also, when you play the longer distance, first of all, we don't race with our youngsters. We race with our youngsters, but we don't force the youngsters. So then we have the yearlings. Yearlings don't go to the extreme long distance. So it takes already 3 years to have the result of a line bring in.
So basically, what it is you're giving them time. I mean, by the time you have pigeons that you're really testing, it's 4 years, 5 years, and now you know, and you have other ones coming up. So you're very patient.
Yeah, that must be one of the main qualities of a pigeon fancier.
And guys, the Polands, they fly strictly cockbirds. They're very easy with the young pigeons. The young pigeons, as young birds, you take the hens to the national races, which is 500 kilometers for American people, around 300 miles. But the cocks, they only go to what, about 400 kilometers as young birds?
Kilometers, yeah.
So
let's say a big trade up.
that's and you don't push them.
No, flying on natural system.
Natural. So the young pigeons never get darkened.
No, never get darkened, and when they pair up, they pair up. When they don't pair up, they fly for their nest box. So
if the young pigeons pair up, it's okay. You fly them on eggs, it's fine.
They all have to go to the race,
Right.
not depending on the condition they are in, so they go all.
They go all. And that's it. Basically, as you said, the young pigeons are used just to get experience and exercise.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
With the young pigeons, do you let them out once a day, or are they open all day?
No. Once a day.
Once a day.
And Widwoods at start of the season once a day, and once the season is going further, twice a day.
Twice a day.
Morning and late afternoon.
Ah, okay. So again, it's very simple. A fun thing that you said to me when we were done filming, and it was another great. You had a great line. You said something about being farmers. What was it? And then I'm here now. Like you said about.
Well, you asked me what's the main thing you have reached in your pigeon career.
Yes.
Yeah, and I came back. It's not. We have some results and some championships and what we can name, but the fact that we are simply farmer people from Belgium, from a little village, and now I have a conversation with someone from Canada, people from America watching us here live now. That I find the biggest what we have reached from being busy with pigeons. The international contacts, that's behind my mind.
When you drive here, you don't expect, it's farmland, it's beautiful, but then you get to this loft and you've got world-class results. Top names are winning with your pigeons. And it's amazing when we went and hand selecting these pigeons today, right off the hop, he says, these are all late hatches. Take a look at them. And you feel the undevelopedness in the pigeons, but you feel all the qualities. You handle all the fathers of these pigeons, and literally, ladies and gentlemen, they were 10 plus. There wasn't one cock that you're breeding off of that isn't a 10. I mean, the eyes are 10, the bodies are 10, the feather quality is super. How did you guys learn to select such quality of pigeons? I mean, was it from your grandfather, or is your father, or who does it?
There is no theory about it. You cannot learn to raise or to breed pigeons. It's something you have to experience during the many years with extreme heights, but also with extreme falling down. It's a process of. It needs time to develop a family line like this.
Yeah, time. Was there anything in your career that you guys did that you say, oh, we never do that again? Like something that you go, you try something, you're like, never again.
Yeah, there are a lot of things like that.
Yeah.
And you learn from it, but within a few years later, you can have the same problem. But that's how we say. That's also make the sport fantastic. That you have to search to. There is no direct way in pigeon sport.
No. Good pigeons, simple system. Again, you hear it. Another flyer. He doesn't use the medication. Doesn't pump the drugs to the pigeons. Simple feed. grits, minerals. I mean, hey guys, take a look. The Coca Bomb is there, and like Geert says, the people come, you show them this, what he uses, but really they want to look underneath it because they think that's where the secret is. You know, it's baloney, really. You know, and you're flying in one Loft races. I know you've got some birds in Pattaya, the races out there. So you'll be competing one Loft races. Are those the only races you compete in?
Yeah.
At the time. And how many birds are you sending?
I think there are 10 or 12 in Pattaya and 5 or 6 in Thailand World Championship.
And that's you send them. Have you won yourself? Any one Loft races?
Yeah, we were in 2011 first of Belgian Masters.
25,000 euros?
Yeah.
That was a nice day, eh?
Yeah.
Good paycheck?
And in 2015 we were third.
Third? So, and you see, look at all the trophies. How many trophies do you think you guys have won?
We start counting, so that's something. But to be honest, it gives always a kind of. If you win a trophy, you're happy, man.
Yeah.
Even if you have 1,000 trophies, every victory or every first prize or every championship makes you as fancy or happy.
Yeah, makes you happy. And I'll say, guys, the winning is here at this Loft. Again, you will get to see the Polands this year at Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. You will not go wrong. If you want to get some pigeons that are good from 600 to 900 kilometers, these are the pigeons here for you. 600 to 800 for sure. The speeds that your birds excel the best in, what's the speeds?
Our pigeons prefer, let's say, harder conditions, but let's say between 1100 and 1200 meters, they are their top.
David Tracy wanted me to ask you, do you take the grits and minerals away from the birds a couple of days before shipping, or do you leave it in front of them all the time?
All the time. All the time, yeah.
Grit never comes out?
No.
Do you put any oils on the feed?
No.
No, nothing. This is just simple.
No.
You guys, I'm going to tell you, it's a simple recipe, good pigeons. And you see behind me the trophies. If I took you into the house over there, and you go in there, you see even bigger, more trophies. You could build a house of trophies, and that's why we're here. Again, Marc and Geert, they took the time to select a super group of pigeons. You guys are going to be happy. I know I was. You can see the passion. There's 3 generations of pigeon flying here. Yes, they're farmers, but they're getting world-class results, and it's nice to see, you know. And I hope you guys keep winning. You got to win maybe in Thailand, eh?
Yeah, then we have a big celebration.
In Thailand, if he wins, he's gonna go crazy. We'll never see him again. He'll be gone. He'll be gone. But I'm gonna just rotate this camera over for a second. What a great morning it was. I've been here since 9:30, and what do they say? This morning, Geert said the coffee will be ready. I got here, we had coffee, and then instantly go right into the birds. Let's see, we got a question here. Sorry, Ryan, what was the product that you were showing? The product that I was showing was, let me rotate that over. It is called Calcabomb.
Yep.
And you get that here in the pigeon shops. It's just it's kind of like a vitamin C for humans. Okay, but he gives it to the pigeons every day. All year long in the racing, you use it. Never stops.
Never stops. 365 days a year.
Charles wants to ask, do you feed any barley?
Barley.
Barley, the grain.
No, because we trust in. We give the food of Verzele Laha.
Yeah.
And we have a trust in the way they
formulate the feed.
Yeah.
So you'll only feed You feed 3 mixes.
Yeah,
And guys, they feed, so you understand, Versalaga, you see the round circle there. And you use the traditional mix.
Traditional mix.
What are the 3 mixes you use? Sport,
Sport, mounting mixture,
molting.
and breeding.
That's it.
That's it.
Nothing else.
Nothing else, no.
So, guys, I'm telling you, it's simple. But you see these people, they do the same. They do the same. And they never change. And they believe in the cockbirds that they have, so they go out, when they bring in pigeons, they go and find good hens. And are they normally children off of good pigeons, or do you try and buy race winners? What do you look for?
They can have win themselves, but if they are from parents or family lines who winners, as far as I say, because we believe quality comes back. Is it not in first generation? It's maybe in second generation.
Yes.
Or further. Quality comes back.
And I agree with you. It's like finding a gold. When you find the line, it continues to produce. But guys, I will say, if you ever get one of these little pamphlets, and it doesn't look like much, it's just a small little pamphlet. It's got about 10 pages in it. But the eye sign on some of these pigeons is second to none. It's like a candy shop of eye sign. Do you keep, David Tracy's got a question from Ohio. Do you keep the birds inside all winter?
No, just the opposite. Our racing team go in winter months in the aviaries, open aviaries.
Completely open?
Yeah, completely open.
Covered on the top?
Yeah, no rain inside. They
no
cannot,
rain.
yeah, but because we believe that make them harder in winter, comes back in summer in quality of racing.
Quality in racing. But you do not let the pigeons loft fly in the winter? No.
No.
Once the races are done, the pigeons get parked, they molt out the feathers, and they rest.
Yeah. Or in molting, sometimes we let them out to take a bath.
Okay, Andrew asks, headwinds, how does his pigeons perform? I'm going to say his pigeons, from what I handle and from what you've told me, 11 to 1200, that's the best for them. So they like a little bit of wind in the face, good.
Yep.
Or no wind, good.
Yep. They need a little
resistance. A little bit of a hill. And the birds are there. Premier League says, fantastic pigeons, absolute top class pigeons. Guys, this is why we're here. Take a look at them. This is they know their pigeons, and you can see it as soon as you go in the house. Their house is all pigeons. The newspapers on the table is pigeons. Fodder is pigeons. Your mother's pigeons. Pigeons all day long. Chris Williams says, what tonics do you give your birds? The only tonic he gives is the Coca Bomb. Guys, this is the product right here. He gives it 7 days a week, 365 days a year. If you treat your pigeons for anything, you know, you take them to the vet, and the vet says you have trichomonas, do you take them off this to treat, or do you still leave this in?
No, combination. Then.
You put it together.
Yeah. And mostly, if we need to vaccinate, to treat the pigeons, we choose for vaccination.
Hey, listen to this one. Premier League says, Koopman's top pigeon, Colby, is 50% Poland, I believe. Is he right?
Right, yeah.
100% right.
Yeah.
And they just had the Golden 10 auction. 2 were from Colby in that sale from Gerard Koopman.
Right.
Guys, they get the results, and when you come to this loft, you will see it right away. Go and handle the pigeons. You will be mind blown. Quality people, quality pigeons, hospitality, great, good coffee, good beer. And I really look forward to auctioning off the birds when it's time later on. A great selection of pigeons. I think you people will be impressed. And just to show, I want to go back here to this photo. There you see, you're going to have some from each of these birds and something super special. But I just can't tell you right now what the super special is. But look at the results. 60, 70 years of super results with the Polands. Let's see, any more questions? Yes, we got another question. Ohio Pen Racing Pigeon Federation in the USA says this. Why does he feel One Loft Racing is the future? Is it due to low membership or money? Why do you think One Loft Racing is the future?
Because we see in Belgium the number of people who raise pigeons go down. So if you want to compete more and on international level, One Loft Racing is the place to be at the moment. But we also believe that there is a wild growth on One Loft Racing. So I think FCI, the International Pigeon Agency or government, or how we say it, should be doing more control on the different One Loft races.
Okay. And more control meaning what?
Meaning recognized by, example, FCI. There is a circuit of One Loft races under supervision of FCI, and I find that I trust in that.
When you go to enter a One Loft race, you prefer to enter one that is working with the FCI.
Yeah, yeah.
Just more control.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's so funny we talk about it. Belgium is the country of pigeon sport. No One Loft races.
No.
None.
No. Holland, none. France, none.
None.
Unbelievable. Europe, it's all Eastern Europe or China and USA and the American States. But here in Europe.
Now, do you think One Loft Racing, they should have a tougher course, more races? What is your thought on the race course? What would you like? What would be a perfect One Loft race for you?
Is that youngsters are good trained up, good races, but that there is also control on when a pigeon comes from first race, he come later home, that he is treated well. If he's not ready for the second race, that he can keep them apart. You know,
so you can hold them back.
Some One Loft races is every pigeon who is on the loft goes to the next training
race.
session or the next. So there need more individual checkup of the pigeons, not the massa.
Yes, you're saying a little bit more control.
Yeah.
And being able to hold the bird back.
Yeah.
And would you like more races? Like, for instance, would you like, One Loft race, instead of having one 500-kilometer race, would you like to have 3 500-kilometer races over a 6-week period?
Sure. It all depends on the conditions of racing. Example, when you race in Portugal or Spain when it is hot, then 3 races of 500 kilometers in 6 weeks is hard, maybe too hard. But if they all have tailwind, it's easy.
It's easy.
So you have to can trust the management. That's the most important.
Question here from Chris Williams. What do you inject your birds for? Do you do injections? Do you vaccinate?
We vaccinate. If we go to veterinary and he say, there is a little bit of disease of this or that, and then he gives us the material and we vaccinate.
Yeah.
But we don't vaccinate for vaccination, or maybe they have only on medical advice.
Only on medical advice. Yep. So you're never giving anything to the pigeons unless you go to the vet.
Yep.
Question: when you go to a vet, normally, how does it work? Do you take a couple pigeons?
We from each loft we take a pigeon, from each loft we take dirt.
So droppings.
Yeah. So he can examine the dirt. He can examine the pigeon. Yeah.
And roughly, what does it cost to get the pigeons checked?
I don't know individual because then he make the price with the products. It's difficult to say. But we go not to a veterinary, how say it, a house veterinary with dogs and cats. No, we go to Wim Bodar, who is also a great fancier, and he's a veterinary and pigeon fancier, so he knows how to treat the pigeons.
Yeah, you're going to a proper vet.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah,
this
yeah.
isn't a cats and dogs vet. This is
Yeah,
a pigeon vet.
yeah.
Ricardo says, from Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. Question: How do you treat with a cock goes cold while racing widowhood system? How do you treat? I'm going to say when a cock goes off, when he's not going with the system, he doesn't get it, or he's.
He stays home. We don't force, because if you force, he's not performing good, or you see the pigeon don't train, so we just let them.
Leave him
Let
alone.
him home.
Leave him alone.
Yeah, and even wait till next year,
Yeah.
because next year can be a total different mindset.
So sometimes if you see something is not working with
Yeah.
a certain pigeon,
Yeah.
park him.
If you force, you lose him.
That's for sure.
Yes,
That's
sir.
one thing you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
guarantee.
yeah.
That
That's
makes
one
sense.
of the lessons we learned.
Yeah, he wasn't right, so we sent him, and now we lost him. No, but again, you people here, it's very common sense, very simple,
Yeah.
and results speak for themselves, guys. Take a look at the room. Do these birds win one Loft races? Not only did they win for the Polands, they're winning with Gerard Koopman, comes and uses some of the bloodlines, and it's working. The trophies, the quality of the pigeons, second to none. This was fun today, and I want to thank you very much, you and your father, for allowing me to come on a short notice. Super collection of pigeons. I know this year coming, you'll do some more winning. And no, Tracy, they don't darken the young pigeons because they fly yearlings and old birds, so there's no need for it. They only let the young pigeons go out to race just for the experience and learning, and development. That's it. Good morning, Henry. Did you want to add anything? No?
No,
You're good?
I think
Okay. What's one of the... Wait, Tracy asked... Hold on. What is the one advice you would give to a new flyer starting out? What would you give?
Patience. That's the most important thing. If you're new in the sport, or you want to go to a next level, buy quality, but look at the, how you say it, first look at the birds. Are the birds looking well, looking healthy? You see some quality in the birds. That's the most important. And then look also to the family lines. Not only what you say, a pedigree with father and mother, but look at is there in the bloodlines quality?
Is there generations
of winners?
Yeah. And it was funny, we talk about it. You have people coming. You have lots of people come and they come to purchase pigeons. A lot of them only ever want to look at the paperwork.
Yep.
They don't look at the pigeons themselves. Yep. You need to use both. You're looking for the tools. Craig says, everyone is looking to move forward in the sport. Who does he, meaning you, look at to cross into your birds? So who are you looking at?
I cannot name names but it's also we follow the pigeon sport by the newspapers and the internet, and we look also on the regional side against the people who we compete here
Yes.
at our club. Sometimes we don't buy in the big names or big family lines of pigeons, but the pigeons who beat you go there
Yes.
for reinforce your own pigeons.
That's right. And guys, you have to remember the difference in North America and here is these guys are competing against some of the best flyers in the world, and you can be getting beat by. It's not a local guy. You could be getting beat by a big name or small names that are still tremendously good lofts. And they're adding. These guys are always looking to add super quality pigeons in. They don't go and add a pigeon that looks good. It has to have the pedigree, the lines, everything has to be, and all the characteristics that they're looking for. That's what you bring in. Very simple. David Tracy says, this was interesting, and thank you. Thank you for your time. Guys, I was blown away. When I came here, I was blown away. As soon as we got started to handle those pigeons, holy jumping. Quality, quality, quality. Marc and Geert Polen of Belgium, probably 80 years in the sport. Big wins, small wins, one loft wins, and people getting super results with their pigeons. Remember, it's a line, it's a line, it's a line, and these guys have that line that you're looking for. Ricardo asked the question, in your years of pigeon sport, what kind of loft or floors are best examples? Now, grills, deep litter, cleaning the floor. We've done a complete loft tour of the Poland's loft. We went through, looked at it, showed you the floors. Your breeding loft, your individual pens, they're all on grates.
Yep.
Your race lofts, widowhood lofts, they're all floors, wooden floors.
Floors, but important, they are a little bit higher.
Yeah.
And it's open under, so the wind can go under. So that makes the floor dry.
Dry. Yeah, that's right. The lofts are off the ground, so the air can flow through underneath the loft. Again, you use no heating.
No, absolutely not.
Just a basic widowhood system. Okay. Premier League says Premier League likes you a lot. So this is what Premier League says. I'm going to try and read this without stuttering and screwing it up. I am a big fan of Geert and Marc Polen. They are a fantastic family of pigeons. If people in Canada only buy one pair of pigeons next year, buy the Polens. Woo!
Thank you.
There you go. And Premier, he comes after me sometimes. I'm not always his biggest fan, but you're his fan, and that's great. And guys, yes, these pigeons will be in North America. So if you are in Canada, the United States, and Mexico, you will be able to purchase. And we got the direct ones. I looked at them and I said to the Polens, we need directs. They produce the directs. Just like to say a big, Craig says this, I'd just like to say a big thank you for taking the time out of to share the experience. Well, hey, that's why we're here. It's good pigeons. Every loft I've been to that are champions, you guys can see it. It's just common sense. A lot of common sense in keeping it simple. It's so simple, it's stupid, really. Ohio Penn Racing Pigeon Federation says, obviously they're from Ohio. We love Ohio. That's where LeBron James is from. You know LeBron James, the basketball player? Yeah, there you go. Terry Finley from Ohio Penn Federation. Does he raise young out off his widowhood cocks before the season starts? So, with your widowhood cocks, do you raise a round of youngsters before the season?
Yeah. Before the season, no. We race now in end of November.
End of November.
They go together and they race a round of youngsters. But before the season, it starts we couple up the widowhoods with their widowhood hen, and we train them up while they are together.
And we
let them come on eggs, but not on Not on children, not on baby. Yeah.
Not on babies,
No,
that's right.
no.
So they'll have a round of babies now, and those babies you put on your young bird team
Yeah.
to get the
Yeah.
experience.
So after, let's say, Whitwood, he make full career. It's about 5 or 6 seasons. Then we have already raised or with children of him. So we have already a little idea about the value on breeding.
And guys, you hear this, flying 5, 6 seasons. That's real racing. It's not one good season and it's done. They have to keep going, keep producing, and getting the results. Normally, in a season, you raise how many youngsters for your young bird team?
120.
120.
Yeah, yeah.
And after 5 years, okay, after 5 years, 120, let's say there's how many cocks left?
Or let's say 50-50.
50-50. So 50 cocks are left.
Yeah.
Or 50%, 60 cocks are left. After 5 years of racing, how many of those cocks will be left?
First of all, you lose some as youngster.
Yes.
That's normal. And I think we have about 30 yearlings each year.
Each year.
Yeah. And after 5-6 years, I think you can count it on on one hand.
So 60 cocks as young birds. By the time the yearling's done, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, you've got about 4 or 5 left, and those are normally the good ones, eh?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. If they reached 5-6 seasons, they deserve their place on the Stockbird Loft.
And let me ask you, pigeons that last 4 to 6 seasons of racing, we'll use that as a number. Do you normally find when they go into the stock loft, they breed good?
Let's say, well, that's something we strongly believe in. We have expectations of for the children, but we have even higher expectations of the grandchildren, because if you have quality pigeons and you breed quality to quality, maybe first generation can be not so good as expected, but breed out of them, then breed further. Quality comes back, and that's the fault many people make. They have 2 quality pigeons, they breed, they have children, but the children doesn't perform that well. No problem, breed out of them.
Yes.
Second generation.
Sometimes it skips.
Yeah,
I know, I
yeah.
talked to Emile Denny's and he says the same thing.
Huh?
People are too quick to
Yeah.
get, oh,
Voilà, that's why I say the highest quality of a pigeon fancier is patience.
yeah. And people don't have it.
Yep.
They want,
Yep.
people think pigeon racing is like ordering a pizza. No, it's not ordering a pizza. You know, it doesn't come like that. Ricardo asks, if you was living in the Caribbean, so I want you to pretend you're living in the Caribbean, okay? You got to have what would be your mixed drink, first of all? You think of that one. Okay, if living in the Caribbean, where the sun is hot almost the whole year round, how will you treat with taking pigeons from cold country, introducing them into the hot? Guys, pigeons are like people. They get climatized. It's quite simple. Once the pigeons get used to the heat, they're used to the heat.
Yep.
And speaking of this, look at this. He's coming back from the swimming pool. Look at this. Here he is, the man himself. He's in the mood now. He's done his swimming. I am going to say, hold on. Brian Mansker asks, do your grandchildren back to okay, so in breeding question, do you grandchildren back to granddaughter or mother?
We don't like close family.
You don't like close.
We don't like close family. Mother and son or father and daughter, we never do. But within 2-3 generations, it can be, because then there are other lines already involved.
Okay, question Craig writes, if you could only race one sex, would it be cocks or hens?
That's not
Cocks.
cocks.
Cocks, okay. And if you had a good cock, okay, if you had a good cock, which you have quite a few, would you have him on a bull system of mating to many hens, and what would be a percentage of good ones? Man, this is a tricky question.
We can do, once he's breeder, we have individual nest boxes. So we can easily change of hen with the cock.
Right.
Yeah, but bull system we never use. What we sometimes do is pair two couples, a very important couple and a normal couple, and then we take the eggs of
Switch.
the yeah.
Okay.
But having one cock, different hens at the same time, that's
Too much work.
Not too much work. That's something we never done.
Okay. And don't start doing it now.
No.
Unless your dad wants to get involved. Okay, Andrew asks, how do you stop the hens from pairing with your widowhood team?
Yeah. They are, let's say, 23 hours and 50 minutes, they are at an outside aviary.
Outside.
They just come in 10 minutes, eating, drinking, and then back outside.
Pole perches, yes. Just the
wire.
wire and just the bar perches.
No bar, just wire.
They can only stay on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because if there is a bar, they can couple.
They couple. So they only allowed on the wire.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And they come in for 10, 15 minutes to eat and drink.
Yeah.
And hey, guys, you've met the Polands, Marc and Geert. Results. I'm going to throw this up here before we go. Take a look. The advertisement, super. You guys are going to have children off of these pigeons. Patience is key. And again, thank you very much for allowing me in, allowing me to film, and selecting some super pigeons. I know the people, not even people who purchase from our auction, but like Premier League says, guys, come here and take the time. You will be super impressed with these pigeons. Trust me. And the people. It's not just about pigeons. It's people as well. You guys are a great family. I want to thank you very, very much. We look forward to a good auction here in the spring. Good luck racing, and hopefully in Thailand you win. And then I will watch you party like I've never seen before. Let me rotate this over 1 sec. Here we go. So, as you can see, I'm in pigeon heaven again. Winners. That's the show, guys. I am Ryan from Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. You just had a live with Marc and Geert, Poland. The distance flyers, guys. Inch by inch, brick by brick.